Yo, what's up, guys? My TTG fam, what's going on tonight? How's everybody doing? Everybody good? All right, let's see. Who do we got? Billy, my man Billy, new TTG member. What's up? Justin Fox, Andrew, Mike, William, Sean, Travis, Joshua, NC600, JD, what's up? JD and I had an excellent one-on-one today, guys. JD and I had an excellent one-on-one. Kenneth, what's up? Nick Lowry, Casey Collins, Kevin Cooper, Bobby Gupta, Travis, Anthony Afazi, Justin Erickson, Manuel, Anvers, Salah, Tony, Daniela. What's up, guys? Blake, Bill, Graham, R. Hirsch, my man. My man, R. Hirsch. Every live stream. Paul, what's up, Paul? Rod McLean. Rhonda's in the house. Young Hugh, what's up, guys? Bradley, Wayne, Brandon, Glenn. What's up, everybody? Bill, I see you, Bill. What's up, Bill? Big Bill. You guys get me pumped, man. You guys get me pumped. Haas Justice, Haas Justice just signed up an hour ago. Haas Justice, welcome to the family, man. Welcome to the family. Dave Norby, what's up? Prabhu, Big Bala, what's up, man? My man, Big Bala, never misses a live stream either. Tom Gollant, what's going on, Tom? Zach, what's up? RKD, Tom, Skip Trades, Steve NJ, Rupesh. Skip Trade said, Wolf, you need some of your singing, Wolf.
Baby, come back.
Not Nahun, Trading Opportunity says, try to say my name. It's Nahun. See if I'm right. Did I pronounce that right? Nahun? Alex Garcia, what's up? Murdu. Kello Werner, what's up? Yo, Renzo, new TGD member. Renzo, what's up? Curtis, Jonathan, Lumi, Andrew. Yes, Kenneth. Hell yeah. Kenneth says, I killed it on TAOP today. Way to go, Kenneth. OG Khan, what's up, OG? Eamon, what's up? Oscar P in the house, what's up? All right, guys. Kenneth Newbaum, what's going on? RPM Micro says, good call on KODK. Thank you very much. Sammy Peters in the house. Sandra, Edward. All right, guys. What's up? Hey, Neos Adus, new TTG member. OG Khan, I'll never ignore you, bro. Come on, OG Khan. I'll never ignore you, man. I see you. Veronica Miami. Veronica Miami's in the house. Already hit the like button. That's what I'm talking about, Veronica. Hell yeah. Already hit the like button. How about everybody else? Everybody else. In honor of small caps continuing their momentum today and catching TAOP today with some solid gains. I actually traded TOP today a lot. I traded this thing 4 times, which is a lot for me. I don't usually trade a stock that many times. I was kind of in and out of this stock multiple times today, and was able to really capitalize on some good extension moves. We talked about yesterday small caps waking back up. I actually was disappointed today in some of the follow through in some other stocks, but TAOP gave us really, really, really nice follow through. You're talking about a stock that went from $3 to $15. So that's tremendous follow through on TAOP today. A reverse split was a 1-for-6 reverse split. Had that smaller float, gave you that squeeze, gave you that extension. Traders still dealing with some FOMO today from the KODK trade yesterday, from the KNDI trade. A lot of FOMO still on some traders. A lot of short sellers still a little antsy and a little nervous. And that gave you some really nice extension on TAOP. That was my big win today, guys. It's where I made the bulk of my money. I traded a lot today. I had some losing trades today, too. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. It wasn't just all, home runs and sunshine, rainbows, and glory. I did have a couple of losing trades that ate into my profit on TAOP, but the wins on TAOP were just monsters. 27% gain and a 42% gain on TAOP on my 2 winning trades, and that just put me well into the profit on the day. And then I gave back some of that profit in the afternoon, and then I decided, okay, you know what? I'm still up real nice on the day. Let me just lock this up. I had a big day yesterday, and I was sitting on a nice P&L day here today as well. So I said, okay, let me just keep this going, and I then ended up shutting it down. So I'm going to talk to you guys a lot about my trades today. We're going to talk about TAOP specifically because I traded this thing multiple times. There was a beautiful setup and a beautiful chart pattern on TAOP that is actually my favorite chart pattern to trade. And I'm going to share that with you guys on this live stream. We're going to cover my favorite chart pattern. What is it? Where was it? How did I identify in TAOP? It is, in my opinion, the highest probability of a pattern that you can possibly trade. It is as A+ of an A+ pattern as it gets. It provides you with tremendous risk reward. You're looking at sometimes 4, 5, 6 times R on this one particular pattern that I saw on TAOP. I'm going to teach you guys that pattern. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you guys how I traded it. And then, of course, we are going to talk about earnings. We had monster earnings from Apple, Amazon, Facebook, tremendous earnings, all-time highs Apple, all-time highs Facebook, big pop in Amazon, 4-for-1 forward split on Apple taking an effect at the end of August. Just a lot to unpack and to discuss with that earnings kind of review. And joining me tonight, guys, to go over that earnings review and to talk about some possible option trades on those stocks is the one and only Jason the Wolf Spatafora. Jason, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So, like I said, guys, we got a lot to unpack here today on this live stream. I said 2 days ago, I was telling you guys about the KODK short squeeze. We were dead on about it yesterday. We capitalized on it big time yesterday with a 50% gain in KODK yesterday. I came on, did a live stream yesterday. We talked about the KODK trade, and I specifically said that I think that we're going to get some good action in small caps tomorrow, meaning today. I said that my main focus was going to be small caps. Now, the small caps that gave us action yesterday were quiet today. KNDI, BLNK, KODK specifically really sold off. So the stocks that gave you the squeezes yesterday did not give you follow through day 2 moves. So we're still not in red hot small cap territory because you're not getting day 2 squeezes. But we still got tremendous action on TAOP. Okay. So if we're going to get some of this follow through, I said yesterday that I'm going to start to push. I was pushing on TAOP. I was really getting some big position size, and I was really kind of pedal to the metal, and I was in 6th, 7th gear on this TAOP, and that's why when I was able to catch those two winning trades, 27% and 42%, when I was able to catch those trades and end up really just, that's where I made all my money today, were those 2 trades. Okay, so we have a lot to discuss. Okay, we have a lot to discuss. What I'm going to do. Oh, wow. Ali, the Lakers and Clippers are playing today? Oh, man, I didn't even realize that. Damn, I kind of want to see that, actually. All right, guys, live stream's over. Let's go. No, I'm only kidding. If the Yankees were on, maybe. If the Yankees were on, maybe I would shut the live stream off early. But sadly, I'm a Knicks fan, so we all know how that goes. But anyway, I'm going to start this live stream off, guys, the same way that I start off every live stream, and that is with a Q&A. I'm only going to take like 3 or 4 questions, give some time for people to log on, and then I want to get into TAOP because there's a lot of lessons that I want to go over with you. This is going to be mostly about technical lessons. The trades today on TAOP, there is some mental lessons in there, but we're going to talk a lot about technical lessons. And I was in and out of this stock multiple times today, which was uncharacteristic of my trading style. I don't usually get in and out and then in and out and then in and out. So I'm more of a traditional day trader where, I get myself into a nice position and I catch the broader base move. I'm not like scalping in and out as the stock moves. But TAOP today was very jumpy. It was very, very jumpy. And there was a couple of times like I was pushing, like I was increasing my risk and my position size today. because after the KODK short squeeze, I thought we were going to have some good follow through momentum in small caps. So I pushed today. So I was getting big size on TAOP. And when the stock was really whipping around $1.50 at a time, there was a couple instances there where I was a little concerned I had too much size for the market, for the liquidity in the stock, and that I didn't want to get stuck with a lot of slippage. So if I had, a big position, I did not want to get stuck in trying to exit and I can't get out and I end up getting caught in like this big rug pull flush and I get a lot of slippage. If I try to get out at $7, I don't get filled until $6.40, something like that. So I was a little concerned with that, which is probably my fault for getting too much size. And so I, really when I'm going back, I'm thinking I probably should have had less size. Therefore, I could have stayed in the trades a little bit longer instead of getting out. And then once I realized the pattern was still intact and the market can handle my size, I ended up getting back in once the pattern reset up. And then I was able to catch the really good move and the really good follow through. So I was kind of able to manage and maneuver that trade pretty well today. And we're going to talk about that. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Show of hands real quick, though. How many of you guys traded TAOP today? How many of you traded TAOP? Okay, nice. Erickson, Graham, Andreas, Sala, $500 profit. Narenda, nice. Randy, Zach, Felicia, Anver, R. Hirsch, Think Potato, ANPT, Kello. Nice, Justin, $4,500 profit. Way to go. Okay. Do I think Amazon will gap up huge tomorrow? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's trading higher right now still, isn't it? I mean, it was up big last time I checked. Oh yeah, I mean, we're gapping up you're gapping up 150 points right now. So I mean, yeah, I expect that gap up to hold on Amazon. Yeah, I expect those gap ups to hold. Okay, I expect those gap ups to hold. Yeah, you know what? It's a good question. Think Potato says, Mike, are the shorts still complacent, you think? I would say that shorts are not in panic mode yet. They're not in panic mode yet. If KNDI, KODK, if they continue day twos, shorts would be in all out panic mode. I don't think they're complacent. I don't think they're in panic mode. I think they're honest. I think at this moment we're at like a stalemate. I think you have long traders that have a little bit of FOMO. You've got short sellers that are a little honest, and they're not really content and complacent because a lot of them got burned on KNDI and got burned on KODK. But I still don't think they're in full on panic mode. Full on panic mode was what you saw in June, when you saw like every day you saw a stock go from 5 to 20, 5 to 20, 5 to 20 every single day. That was full on panic mode, and that was max FOMO for long traders as well, and max fear for short sellers. I don't expect us to get back to that type of environment, but I do think that we can have some pretty good action in select small caps where the setups present themselves. And you saw it today. So we have better action today in small caps than what we've had traditionally in the month of July so far this year, but it's still not blanket across the whole sector. So there were a couple small caps that had some setups today that ended up failing, that did not give you the follow through. But then you did had a couple that did give you the follow through in the extension moves. So that's why I'm saying I think that longs and shorts on both sides are pretty much in the middle, and they're pretty much just trading honest rather than one being complacent and one being completely fearful. So I don't think that we're going to go back to June's action, but I do think you can get maybe one or two stocks that can give you this pretty good moves throughout the course of the day, like you saw in TAOP today. And I think we're going to get maybe another chance like a TAOP tomorrow, and then we'll have to see what happens going into next week. Okay, so that's kind of, those are my thoughts on that. So I should wait till June to trade. No, Chris, you should not wait. Don't wait till June. Let's see.
I think KODK is going to maybe do a secondary offering.
Yeah,
I think get popped by the SEC.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they'll do a secondary
insider trading.
Yeah. Glenn Wilson, nice, $5,600. Yeah, guys, with KODK, KODK sent something to I think it was a radio station in Rochester or some news outlet, and forgot to put an embargo on it. So the news network immediately released it, saying that the company says they have some major announcement that's going to do some real good for the people of Rochester. Not saying what the announcement was, but saying that there will be an announcement. And then Kodak contacted them and had them take it down. But by that point, social media had already gotten a handle on it. You also had insiders in the company buying shares. So insiders in the company were buying shares over the last month or two, or whatever it was, in anticipation of this deal coming through. So somebody obviously knew something. The day before that news was released, you actually also had a big increase in trading volume on KODK. Nobody really knew what the reason was why. And then you had this big news announcement come out. So I think that, what Jason's referring to, guys, I think you're going to get maybe some insider trading investigation going on Kodak. And Jim Cramer was actually talking about today on CNBC that the company should do an offering. Just offer out, if traders want to buy this thing all the way up to 60, just offer them 15 million shares out there and let them buy it. So I would be careful with KODK. I would definitely be careful with that KODK. All right, let's see. Next question. I don't think any price, Mark. Mark Salmon says, at what price do you like Kodak for a long term? I don't like it for a long term. I do not like.
Guys, this was a Bitcoin company. 2018.
Yeah.
They were flailing, and now they're a drug company, or even making products for it. It doesn't make any sense. It's like there's going to be some kind of investigation in this. So if you're in, lock your gains is probably the best
thing. Yeah, I agree, guys. OG Khan says, teaching Mike, what are those huge wide range candles back to back, red green? Is that dark pool orders? And if so, what does it mean? No, they're not dark pool orders. Dark pools are a completely separate like exchange where transactions can be conducted. It's not something that you're going to see in the overall markets. So I'm not sure what you mean by what are the huge range back-to-back red green candles. It's just volatility and price action. I mean, a stock like TAOP is extremely volatile. And with a low float, with that 1-for-6 reverse split, the stock can get pushed around very easily. And I think when you have a bunch of retail traders that are, chasing a stock, shorting a stock, chasing it, shorting it, selling it, chasing, the stock just has a lot of volatility, but it's absolutely not dark pool orders. You will never have a dark pool order on a stock like TAOP. Dark pools are something that very large institutions will use to execute very large trades. as to not affect the price of the overall market. So if you had, let's say, for example, you wanted to sell, 500,000 shares of Facebook, okay, instead of you going in the open market selling those shares, if you can locate a buyer at another institution that would take that trade in one chunk, you don't have to go into the market and feed that liquidity into the market and potentially affect the share price. So dark pools is something that institutions, hedge funds, pension funds, mutual funds, that they will use. You will never see that happen on a small cap stock ever. Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? Jimmy says Mike helped me kill TAOP today. If you are not a THD member, you are missing out. Nice, 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 nice. Can you tell us what is your watch list for tomorrow, please? I mean, you know, my watch list will be, I'll be watching all the big tech names. I'm gonna watch TAOP. I'm gonna watch. I really don't form my watch, especially when it comes to small caps. I'm not forming my watch list. I'm not forming my watch list until the morning. Because I want to see what are the stocks that are the leading gappers on the day. What stocks have volume, what companies have press releases. Um, so I don't really form my watch list, guys, until the following day. But I will be watching, obviously, like all the big tech names.
Yeah, I was really surprised by today.
I was very surprised by today.
Like my strategy today was to just try not to get hurt on anything. And, you guys saw I wasn't really trading that much today. I was scalping, but it just, with this kind of move in the market, it's so hard to predict. I got to admit, I think everybody was a little shocked by this, but at least I didn't have I wasn't in puts, I wasn't in calls. I had a put position, I just got rid of it. But I just didn't want to get hurt today. But tomorrow will probably be one of the great days to be trading in and out and doing Frankenstein trades. So, we'll see.
Frankenstein trades. Frankenstein trades.
That's what you were doing on TAOP today. You didn't even realize it.
I know, guys. I'm telling you, it was like I usually don't go in and out of stocks like I did today on TAOP, but the volatility was there. The stock was moving around so much. I just I'm gonna get into all those trades. I'm gonna go into all that. I'm gonna recap all that, guys, for the small caps with you all. Let me real quick, guys. How many people are joining us on the live stream tonight? Before I get into the lessons that I want to talk about on TAOP, show you guys where I made money today. Before I get into that, how many of you are brand new to the YouTube channel? How many of you guys are brand new to the YouTube channel? This is your first time viewing a TTG live stream. Nice. Okay. Zalva, Janet, Sandra. Nice, guys. Okay, I like it. Welcome, all of you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Mike Constant, Diamonds, Kenneth, Monty, Mark, James. Michael Rodriguez just subscribed today. Welcome, welcome to the family. Another Michael, Brian Washington, Daniela, Deister, the numbers. What's up, the numbers? Gotham Kumar. Nice, guys. Maria, what's up, Maria? Sorry. Nice. Sick. Mark Gibson, first day as a member, already made 25% of the membership back. Excellent. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Guys, okay. Welcome. All of you that are brand new, your first time to the channel, welcome to the True Trading Camp YouTube channel. It is my absolute pleasure to have all of you guys here. We are going to be talking about the TAOP trade today, show you guys how I made some money on these small caps today. I talked about yesterday on the live stream that I think small caps are going to wake back up and that we're going to get some really good opportunity on small caps. And we got it today on TAOP. And this is where I made all my money today. Okay. Before I get started on my lessons, guys, all of you do me a favor. Everybody on here, we got several hundreds of people on here. Everybody go there, smash that like button for me. I'm not going to go through my lessons here until you guys hit that like button for me. Hey, smash that like button, guys. Show me how much you guys appreciate these live streams, these trade breakdowns, these lessons, all this content that we keep pumping out there for you guys to help you on your way to become a consistently profitable trader. Go ahead, guys. Smash that like button. Nice, Mark. Mark just joined. Ttg member, new member, says Mike made me $2,300 yesterday. My man, I like it. Yes, Brittany Guerrero. TTG is definitely great. First time as well. Already made half my tuition back on TAOP. Hell yes. Hell yes. Judy, thank you. Judy, keep giving me live updates, please. The Yankees are winning 5-4. Judy, update me as the score changes. Just fire a message in chat. Tell me, Mike, Yankees are up 6-4. I'll see it. I'll see it. Yes, Kevin Cooper, my first Teaching Tuesday. I made 400 last week. Boom. I love it. That's it, guys. Let those likes start pouring in. Let those likes start pouring in. Do I think there's going to be profit taking like there was on Microsoft? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. These stocks might just consolidate tomorrow. Microsoft was different because Microsoft, you saw the profit taking step in as soon as the earnings report came out. These stocks exploded after their earnings reports. So, I'm not really sure if you're going to get the profit taking. Facebook's all-time highs, Apple's all-time highs. Amazon, huge pop. So I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if there's going to be profit taking. I mean, Wolf, what do you think there's going to be profit taking on these big caps tomorrow? I don't know.
I mean, Apple really threw everybody for a loop with announcing forward split. I don't think so. I mean, maybe a little, but nothing where it's going to be crazy. Because look, with that forward split, everybody's programmed to buying Apple in the high 300s. So psychologically, people are going to step in and be like, oh, it's only $100 now.
Right, exactly.
And it probably goes to 125.
I think so, for sure. I think so.
Which is insane.
Yeah, Apple did a 7-for-1, a 6-for-1 or 7-for-1 split years ago, and the stock just went up after they did the split. So actually, I'm actually probably going to be a buyer of Apple after the split. I think you're good for probably at least a 20-25% gain. Pending market conditions by the time, who knows what's going to be going on with COVID a month from now, because the split takes effect a month from now. So we'll see what happens there. Whoa, look at this, guys. Balanced Investing says, guys, I joined TTG 2 weeks ago. I'm already up $39,000. Hell yeah. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. T. Hans, my second week, already made my membership back. I'm making money and I have 3 courses to go to get certified. Hell yeah, T. Hans. T. Hans 007, only 3 courses to go to get certified. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Already making money, only your second week as a member. I love it. It's amazing what a professional education can do. It is amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Let's get into this TAOP. I want to cover my trades with you guys on this. And we're going to talk about what had me kind of focused here on TAOP to kind of begin with. Now, I'm already coming into the day today looking for action in small caps because of KODK. I made a video for you guys a couple days ago, or I did a live stream for you guys a couple days ago. I talked about KODK. I said that KODK had the potential to give you a massive short squeeze. That was 2 days ago. My live stream 2 days ago, I said we have a potential for a massive short squeeze. I pointed out a very key level at 1725. 1725 was the level that we identified on the daily chart as a major level of resistance. The stock gapped above it yesterday, and then that gave me an entry opportunity as we pulled back in. I got long at 1795. The rest is history. The stock ended up running all the way to $60. Okay, we talked about that 2 days ago. After we caught the huge trade and short squeeze yesterday, big day, buying the stock at 1795, selling it at 27. After the big day yesterday, I made another video or a live stream. Okay, if you guys were joining me on my live stream yesterday, I said that I think that this is going to wake up some small caps. I think we're going to get some good opportunity in small caps tomorrow. I said my focus will be on small caps going into the day tomorrow. Look to see if we can get some follow-through moves on some of those names. Coming into the day, the stocks that were leading gappers on the day that had my focus initially, okay, was not TAOP. TAOP was not one of the stocks I was initially focusing on, okay? There was other stocks that I was looking at. There were other stocks that I was focusing on, but none of them gave me the moves that I was looking for. I was looking for at KNDI for some potential follow-through. I was looking to see if KODK gave you any follow-through. I was looking at a lot of these names to see if we got day 2. And we didn't get day 2 on any of those names. But we did still get good action in small caps. TAOP got my attention after it halted right there. Okay? TAOP got my attention after it halted right there. We started talking about it in chat. We started talking about finding some levels where we could potentially be a buyer, okay, coming out of that trading halt. I wanted initially to be a buyer on TAOP in front of the initial morning high. Here's your initial morning high. Okay, when we broke through it and halted, at the time, the trade line and VWAP were sitting right at that initial morning high. Okay, your trade line and VWAP were sitting there. You also had your 23.6 Fibonacci level sitting there. So I came on the mic and chat and I said to everybody, I said, guys, okay, listen, let me zoom in. So here we are. I said, coming out of this trading halt, if we get a pullback into this area, I'm going to be a buyer. Okay. Right here is where I wanted to be a buyer in front of the initial morning high, VWAP and trade line. That's where I wanted to be a buyer. Right around like 450, 440, I would have been a buyer. You can see increasing volume, heaviest volume of the day on the break through the initial morning high. If we got that pullback, I was a buyer right there. However, we did not get that pullback. As soon as the stock opened from that trading halt, it just went. Okay, it just took off. Now, you guys, if you're not familiar with my trading style and my strategy, I don't chase. Okay, I'm not a trader that's going to chase stocks higher. I will wait for pullbacks into support levels and into my buying zones. I'm a conservative style trader. It has nothing to do with position size. Conservative has to do with where you enter trades. You can be a multi-million-dollar trader and be a conservative trader. You can be a $500 account trader and still be an aggressive trader. The style of aggressive and conservative has everything to do with your entries. Okay. Conservative traders like to buy on pullbacks into support. Aggressive traders like to buy on breaks through resistance. Okay. So I don't chase stocks higher as they're breaking through resistance. I wait for pullbacks. So after we had that huge break, okay, we start to form ourselves a little bit of a pattern. Okay, we start to form ourselves a little bit of a pattern here. I'm saying to myself, okay, we've got this trade line area that's sitting down here. Okay, we're coming up. VWAP is acting as an area of support. And I'm saying if we get a trade line VWAP crossover, I think the stock can just take off and go. I jumped the gun a little bit early here, and I got long TAOP right here. I'll take you guys to my trade announcements on the day. This is the downloaded trade log from chat where all my push notifications come through. Whenever I execute a trade, notifications come up in chat when my trades execute. This is the downloaded log of the trade log in chat. Okay, so as I zoom in, you guys will see here, where are we? At 10:21 a.m., I'm long TAOP at 679. Okay, so right here, I'm long at 679. Okay, and I'm looking for the trade line to cross up and over VWAP, and we don't get it. We get this failed move. We start to pull back, and we break below all of the support levels that I was looking at. Okay, I was looking here at the 38.2 Fibonacci level. I was looking at VWAP, and I was looking at the trade line. Okay, so here's your trade line, here's VWAP, and I was looking for the crossover and for the stock to extend. Once we broke below the trade line, and this is what I was saying to you guys before, the stock was very jumpy. And at this point, I probably had too much size than I should have had at this moment, considering the volatility and how thinly traded the stock was. And I was a little concerned at this moment that if the stock had flushed on me, I would have lost more than I initially had expected or anticipated on the trade. So I ended up exiting that trade as soon as we broke through that trade line. I did not give the stock extra room. I exited right on the break of that trade line. I'll take you guys back to my alerts. You can see here I got out at 608. So I started off there with a loss on that TAOP. My first trade on TAOP was a loss. But what happens next immediately got me back into the trade. And this is what I mean by this is not typical of my trading style. I'm not usually in and out of a particular stock, but this stock was very jumpy today. Okay. And when I had gotten out of it, I probably had too much size at that moment, but I ended up getting right back in as soon as the stock recovered and got back over VWAP. As soon as we got back over VWAP, that's when I came right back in, flying back into this stock. And I got long right down here as we got back over VWAP, got back over the trade line, because now at this point, I'm saying to myself, the 38.2 fib level did hold. Now that we're back over VWAP, now the trade line can cross over, and now we're going to go. So I ended up coming right back into the trade long at 712. Okay, long at 712. We extend, we push up, and we halt. Right before the halt, I end up taking profits. I usually like to take profits going into a halt. I don't like being in full size going into a trading halt. Okay, so whenever I see a stock is going to halt, I try to get rid of a piece of my position to just protect myself coming out of that halt in case the stock gaps down out of the trading halt. Now, some of you might be wondering, Mike, how do you know when a stock is going to halt? You can tell when a stock is going to halt just by watching level 2. Okay, when a stock halts, what you will see is all the market makers will all come to the same price. Okay, when you're looking at level 2 normally, okay, when you're looking at level 2 normally, you will see market makers all at different prices. When a stock is about to halt, those market makers all come to the same exact price, and a ton of volume will start to go through at that one specific price, but none of the market makers are moving. They're all sitting at the same price. None of them are moving, even though all this volume is coming through. And when you see that, you probably have maybe 5 to 10 seconds before the stock will actually halt. Okay, so when I see that on level 2, I immediately try to take a piece of my position off the table, just so I'm not in my full size when the stock halts. Because once the stock halts, there's nothing you can do. You can't sell, you can't buy, you're stuck until the stock starts trading again. If the stock starts trading lower, you get caught in that gap down. Now, sometimes it gaps up and extends, and that's when it works out, and you're sitting in major profit when the stock extends out of that halt. But I like to reduce my risk going into the halt. Okay, so going into that halt, you can see I start taking profits off the table. You can see I took some profit at 782. Then I took more profit at 858. Okay, 858 was the actual halt price. So there we halted at 858, and I was able to take some profits off the table right there. Now, this move confirms the trade line VWAP crossover. Now, let me go back and let me delete the, okay, there was that first trade. Let me delete that. So here's the first entry. There's your take profit right before the halt. But now this confirms the trade line VWAP crossover. Okay, so the trade line crosses up and over VWAP. There are two things that you want to see that will confirm for you a trade line VWAP crossover. Those two things are when the trade line crosses above VWAP for the first time in the morning, you want to see a quick jump in share price and you want to see a quick increase in trading volume. Well, we got, okay, let me zoom this back in. Okay, we got an increase in volume. Okay, there's your increase in volume. And there's your sharp jump in share price. So these two things confirm the trade line VWAP crossover. Okay. Once the trade line VWAP crossover is confirmed, you look for the trade line to become support. So coming out of the trading halt, we pulled back in and we stuck trade line support right there. There is your support level right there at the trade line. As we pulled in, stuck support, and then extended higher. And as we extended higher, I took another piece of profit off the table right here. Back to my alerts. You guys will see here, took more profit at $10.12. Okay, $10.12. And I'm holding on to one last piece, seeing if we can get to $12. What I'm looking at here now is a picture perfect Ttg Triangle Pattern. Now, initially, I was looking for that trade line to continue to hold because the trade line held on that pullback again. So initially, I'm looking for this trade line to continue to hold. So we broke beneath the trade line right here, and I got flat, the last piece of my position, right inside of this candle at $8.29. Okay, so again, long from 712, profits at 782, 858, 1012, and 829. And that's where the first bulk of my profits came from on the trading day. Okay, that's the first winning trade on TAOP. And that's on the back of a trade line VWAP crossover. Right there is your trade line crossing over VWAP. There's your increase in volume. And there's your increase in share price. And that's how you confirm trade line support. And that's how you get your extension. Okay, so that's your trade line VWAP crossover. That was the first pattern on this move on TAOP. The second setup on TAOP was even better. Now, this is where you guys need to pay attention. Listen up, because I'm about to share with you my absolute favorite chart pattern. TTG members, I want all of you that are TTG members, type the name of this chart pattern in chat right now. All of you that are TTG members, you guys all know the setup because it's my favorite setup. There's an entire course dedicated to this one setup in the TTG course curriculum. So I want all my TTG members right now, fire away in chat. What's the name of this setup that I'm about to show you guys on TAOP? Boom. There it is, guys. The Ttg Triangle. So you guys are seeing right now, all of my TTG members are commenting in chat. What is this particular chart pattern? What is this particular setup? Why did they know what it is already? Because they got the, yes, Joe Blow. Way to go, Joe. $2,000 today on the TTG Triangle Pattern. Great job. Guys, look at this. Look at all the TTG members commenting in chat, TTG Triangle, because that is my absolute favorite #1 chart pattern. If somebody said to me, Mike, you can keep trading, but you can only trade one setup, one pattern, what would it be? Ttd Triangle, hands down. Why? It is the highest probability setup that I have experienced in my trading career, and it provides me with the best risk-reward ratio. Now, for those of you that are experienced traders, you may recognize this pattern as a commonly called the ABCD pattern, which is a very, very common chart pattern that traders look to trade. The Ttg triangle is a specific variation of an ABCD pattern that forms when very specific criteria are met. Essentially, a Ttd triangle is an A plus ABCD pattern. It's the highest quality ABCD pattern that you can possibly trade. That's what makes it such a high probability pattern. It's when very specific criteria come about during an ABCD pattern. Okay, so my TTG family, they know this pattern like the back of their hands. There's an entire course dedicated to this triangle pattern in the courses that are available on the website. For those of you that are not yet members, for those of you that are brand new to the channel, you are in luck because you are about to get a crash course in the #1 best chart pattern that I think any day trader should know how to trade. And coming from a trader with 16 years of experience that traded at a hedge fund, that received the Trader of the Year award, I'm telling you, this is my favorite chart pattern. So you guys are in luck that you're about to get a crash course in this setup. Okay, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Your Ttg triangle pattern occurs when a stock breaks through the high of the day or the initial morning high, which is the same thing, initial morning high or any high of the day on the heaviest volume of the entire day. Okay, there's a list of criteria, there's a list of check marks that you need to have and go through, but to identify this setup. Okay, check mark #1 is a high volume break through the high of the day. Now, preferably, you want the volume on the high of the day break to be the heaviest volume of the entire day. So let's draw a line across the current high of the day at the time. That was your high of the day. You will notice when we broke through that high of the day, the stock experienced the heaviest volume of the entire day. As I draw a line across this volume bar, you will notice it's the heaviest volume bar the stock has traded at any point so far during the day. Okay, that's the volume bar right there. Okay, so that's check mark #1. Okay, that is check mark #1. Check mark #2 now is you want to see decreasing volume on the pullback. There's your decreasing volume on the pullback. And when the stock pulls back in, you want to see it pull back right into the previous high of the day. Okay, so again, you get the heaviest volume of the day on the break through the initial morning high. You get a pullback on lower decreasing volume, and the decreasing volume is crucial to this setup because the decreasing volume shows you profit-taking selling. It's not aggressive selling. Aggressive selling is going to see those volume bars look like this. You don't want that. You want lower decreasing volume because the decreasing volume shows you some passive selling, some light selling. It's not aggressive selling. People are not rushing to the exits to get out of their positions. That's why the volume is lighter. And when you get the pullback on lighter volume, okay, lighter volume, you will notice a downtrend resistance line forms as the stock makes lower highs. Okay, there's your downtrend resistance line. When you get this pattern that coincides, okay, with a prior, sorry, I didn't mean to draw this, that coincides with a prior high with the heaviest volume of the day break with decreasing volume on the pullback, you look for that prior high to become an area of support. And in this situation, you had the prior high of the day that lined up with your VWAP indicator directly underneath it, and this provided us with another entry opportunity. So this is when I decided I'm going to go back after this stock for the second time, essentially third time. This will be my third time going after this stock, okay? Because at first, when I was in that trade just before, and I was going over that trade line VWAP crossover, I didn't notice this Ttd triangle setup. I didn't see it at the time. Once I got out of that trade, I then noticed this Ttg Triangle pattern, this Ttg Triangle setup, which is my absolute favorite pattern. And as soon as I saw this pattern, I said, guys, I'm getting right back into this trade, Ttg Triangle setup. And I'll take you guys back to my alerts. You can see here, I got back in at 10:54 a.m. I got back in a tier 1 position at $9.19. I'm going to add tier through 965. So right here, guys, is where I got back into the trade in a tier 1 position. We popped up and out of the downtrend line. And as soon as we popped out of the downtrend line, that's your confirmation. That's your break. That's where I added to my full size position. And now I get into my full size. I add to that tier 2 on the break out of that move. Now, remember what I said to you guys before about how do you confirm a trade line view up crossover? That was the previous trade. Now, to confirm that trade line view up crossover, I said you need 2 things. You need a sharp increase in share price and an increase in volume. If you get those 2 things, that confirms that pattern, and you look for the trade line to become an area of support. Well, on the Ttg Triangle, there's something that you want to confirm that setup, and that is an increase in volume when the stock breaks out of the triangle. So you will notice once we break out of the triangle, look at the volume that comes back into the stock when we break out of the triangle. Another big increase in volume. That's your confirmation. When you get that type of confirmation, that's your signal that the stock is going to give you follow through. This is your indication. You can hold on to your position and you can look for extension. Okay, that's your confirmation. Okay, so on that, we extend, we break up to the high of the day. I take a piece of profit off the table, take you guys back to my alerts. You guys go back here. You can see I took some profit off at 10:55. I took more profit off at 10:50. And the trade line comes into play. Support, 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 support. Bang! Follow through. And my final take profit comes off the table on this extension high. Final take profit, TAOP, 1168. 1168 for my final take profit. And you guys can see again, here's your first entry, my ad, there's your take profit, and there's your take profit on the follow through. And the stock ended up pushing a little higher all the way up to $15. Again, there's your entry, take profit, take profit. Okay, guys, this is the Ttg Triangle Pattern. This is my absolute favorite chart pattern to trade. That trade line view up crossover is probably my second. Okay, this is a chart pattern that I look for each and every single day. This is a chart pattern that I teach all of our members to look for each and every single day. And this is how I was able to pull out a nice chunk of change today, trading TAOP, looking for small cap follow through after we had the major short squeezes that we had yesterday in KODK and KNDI. And I'm going to continue to look for this type of action in small caps going forward. Does anybody have any questions about what I just said about the TAOP trades? Anybody have any questions about the Ttg Triangle? Anybody have any questions about the trade line view crossover specifically? Anybody have any questions on these setups? Well, when's the meetup in Miami? It's not planned yet. I got to wait for COVID to die out. Miami is really bad right now with coronavirus. So it's not going to be anytime soon. Once there's probably a vaccine and once the numbers have gone down, then I'll consider doing the meetup in Miami. But right now there's still too many issues in Miami with coronavirus. So we're not going to be doing a meetup anytime soon. Think Potato. This is a 3-minute chart. This is a 3-minute chart. How did I know initially this was something to get into? Well, I mean, this came up on my radar just from just an intraday scan when the stock broke through the high of the day and halted. So this was not on my watch list, guys, pre-market. This came on my radar when the stock broke through the initial morning high and halted. When the stock broke through the initial morning high and halted, that's when it got my attention. This was not on my pre-market watch list. Mike, are you a long trader? I'm a long trader. Okay, I am a long bias trader. I do also short. I very rarely short small caps, but I do also short. I have no problem shorting large caps. I short mid caps. You know, I buy put options. I do short, but I would say that I go long more often than I do go short. Is stop below the initial morning high. My stop is not below the initial morning high because the initial morning high is right here. This is your initial morning high. So my stop loss was not there. Okay. On this particular setup, okay, my stop loss would be below that prior high of the day. So if this is your support level, see that $8 level is your support level. So my stop loss would be just beneath it. Okay, so maybe like maybe 775. Okay, maybe 775. Okay, so just beneath that support level is where my stop loss is. So I'll take you guys to my trade announcements again, because when I execute my trades, I always tell people what my stop losses are. So you can see here, long tier 1, see the stop loss at 760. Okay, so like I said, I was giving the stop loss right down underneath VWAP. Okay, but then once I add to the position, when I add to my position, the stop loss moves higher. So when I add to my position at 965, I'm not keeping my stop loss down at that 760. The stop loss moves up. Okay, the stop loss moves up. It doesn't have to be on the 3-minute chart. No, you can see this pattern on a 5-minute. You can see it on a 15-minute. It does not have to be on a 3-minute chart. Mike, when you take profit, how do you decide how much to leave on the table? Rochelle, I take profit in 3 different pieces, in 3 different tiers. I teach a tier trading strategy. So when I enter a trade, I identify 4 levels: my stop loss, profit target 1, profit target 2, profit target 3. And those profit targets are identified based on resistance levels. So far, let's say, profit target 1 will be maybe the high of the day. Profit target 2 will be an extension through the high of the day based on some other resistance level I see on the daily chart or on a different time frame chart. And then profit target number 3 will be another resistance level that I identify on probably a daily chart. Okay. And when those levels are reached, I take profits based on which profit target it is. So profit target 1, I sell 25% of my position. When profit target 2 is reached, I sell 50% of my position. And then when profit target 3 is reached, I sell the last 25% of my position. Okay. So I trade in tiers. All right. Now, the tier trading method is something that I learned working at a hedge fund, because at hedge funds, you're trading with 7-figure, 8-figure positions. You can't get in and out of those positions in one trade. You have to buy those positions in pieces. You have to sell those positions in pieces. So that's how I learned how to trade in tiers. But obviously I'm not trading with 8-figure position sizes in my own personal retail trading. So I've tweaked that strategy a little bit so it applies to my retail trading. And you can see in the examples today, I was able to enter tier 1. When you enter tier 1, that's 25% of your size. So let's say if I wanted to buy 10,000 shares of TAOP, tier 1 would be 2,500 shares. If you wanted to buy 1,000 shares of TAOP, your tier 1 would only be 250 shares. And the whole idea behind that tier 1 entry is it's a starter, it's a feeler. You're testing the waters because you think you see a pattern. Like, I thought I saw a Ttg triangle, so let me enter a tier 1, and if I get confirmation, I'll add tier 2. That is exactly what I did. The idea of this is, if you enter tier 1 when you think you see a pattern, if the pattern does not hold and you're wrong, the chart breaks down, you lose, you get stopped out, but you're only getting stopped out on 25% of your size. So it's a very, very small loss. It's like almost, it doesn't bother you, it doesn't hurt. You just move on to the next setup. You add to that position and you get up to your full size once you get confirmation that whatever the pattern you thought you saw is confirmed. So I just explained to you what are the 2 things that you need, okay, on a Ttg triangle to confirm that pattern. You need a breakout of the triangle pattern and you need an increase in volume. When you get those 2 things, that confirms your pattern. So that's when you can add to your full size position, and then you can catch the beautiful follow through move. Okay, that's when you can catch that follow through move. And then when my profit targets are reached, 25%, 50%, 25%. Okay. Yes, S7 Enterprise says, are you using mental stops? Yes, I use mental stops. Okay, I use mental stops. I not everybody can use mental stops. Some traders don't have the discipline to use mental stops. So you have to, if you don't have the discipline to use mental stops, you have to stick to your physical stops. If you say to yourself, okay, my stop loss is like 775 area, the stock gets to 770 and you don't do anything, okay, then it gets to 760, 750, and you don't do anything, then what's the point of saying your stop loss is 775? You have to have the discipline to stick to that stop loss. Okay, so if you're going to use mental stops, okay, you guys have to be able to have the discipline to stick to those mental stops. If you don't, now there's nothing wrong with you not having the discipline. I know very successful traders have been trading for a long time that still use physical stops because they just don't trust themselves to stick to the mental stop. If you don't have that discipline, you have to use physical stops. Lenny, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the Fidelity platform. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the Fidelity platform, so I'm assuming they do have a VWAP. I mean, I'd be shocked if they didn't. I'm really not sure. Yes, Rude Ranch Verma says you need to act fast for these trades, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, if you guys are going to be trading these small caps, you have to be able to act quickly. Okay, if you these stocks move so fast, they're so volatile, the moves are so vicious. I always suggest that you guys use either hotkeys or hot buttons. Hotkeys are where you can program your keyboard so that you can just like I hold. So for me, I have a trigger key, which is my shift key. I use Lightspeed, so I'll hold the shift key down. That's my trigger key, and then I have like S button, L, P, W, escape key. Like the different keys on my keyboard will do different things. Like they'll market order buy, they'll market order sell, they'll limit order buy, limit order sell. They'll flatten out my entire position, meaning like sell everything I have. You know, I have all of these. The escape key cancels all open orders. If I highlight an order and cancel, I can cancel one specific order and leave others open. So I can do all of my trading just on my keyboard. If it takes you 20, 30 seconds to place a trade on your platform, these stocks, you're going to have a tough time trading these stocks because they move so quickly. So yes, you do need to be quick to trade these stocks. Mike, advice for those with small accounts who can't afford to test the water because if they're wrong, they're done for the day. I mean, then stay away from these stocks. You know, if you have a very small account, I would say stay away from these stocks, guys. Like the Wolf, I'll let him talk about this too because the Wolf trades options. He's a fantastic options trader. And when he's talking to people that want to learn how to trade options, he will tell them like, okay, you have a small account or you're new to options. Don't even think about trading a Tesla option. Don't think about Amazon options like Beyond Meat. Like don't even think about those real high volatile options. Like focus on slower moving options. Same thing when it comes to these small caps. If you are trading with a very small account or if you're a very new inexperienced trader, I would actually just recommend that you spectate, you observe, and you watch these stocks and you get familiar with how they move and you learn from them, maybe trade them on a simulator. But if you're brand new, these stocks are not for the weak stomach. They're not for the faint-hearted. These are stocks that you really have to be confident in your analysis, know what you're doing, and be quick to act because opportunities will windows of opportunity will open and they'll close very quickly. So I would say if you're trading with a very small account, maybe just stay away from these stocks. How much money should you be starting with? Daniela, that's completely up to you. Everybody has their own financial means. I mean, we have some people that start with $500. We have other people in TTG that have, 500 grand. So it's really just completely up to you and your financial means. Just whatever the amount of money is that you're putting in your account, just make sure it's not your life savings. Make sure it's a dollar amount that if you were to lose it, your life would be okay. You're not gonna be, struggling if you lose the money. If tier 1 is 25%, you add tier 2, that would make it 50% of your position, which means you're in half set. Okay, so no. So Safin Rafiq. So good question. Safin Rafiq. So this is personal preference. So Safin Rafiq says if tier 1 is 25% and then you add tier 2, that would make it 50% of your position, which means you're half of your desired size, correct? No. Okay. So tier 1 is 25% of your position on the entry. If you're talking about, okay, so here, let's talk about when you're exiting the stock. When I'm exiting the stock, it's 3 tiers: 25%, 50%, 25%. So if I have 10,000 shares, tier 1, I'm selling 2,500. Tier 2, I'm selling 5,000. Tier 3, I'm selling the other 2,500. Now, if I'm entering the stock, tier 1, 25%. If I want to buy 10,000 shares, tier 1, 2,500. Now, this is where personal preference comes into play on tier 2. On your tier 2 ad, you have the choice of either now buying the other 75% to take you to your full max size. So if I want to buy 10,000 shares, tier 1 is 2,500. If I go tier 2, I can go 7,500 to get to my 10,000. Okay? That's option number 1. This is personal preference. Option number 2, when you go tier 1, 2,500 shares. Tier 2 would be 5,000 shares. So now that takes you to a position total of 7,500. Then you have this last 2,500 share piece that you can add if all the stars are aligning, if you really like what you're seeing, you got your confirmation on the pattern, you're comfortable with your risk, you're confident in the pattern, you add that last 2,500, and then you go and you look to catch your move. So that is personal preference, okay? Most of the time when I'm entering in tiers, it's tier 1 and then max size, tier 1 and then max size. But you can do tier 1, 25%, tier 2, 50%, tier 3, 25% if you choose. Okay, good question, Kenneth. Kenneth says, Mike, if you're using mental stops and you're disciplined enough to keep that stop, do you leave your target open until you reach your mental target so you can take multiple targets? I assume you're referring to your profit targets, Kenneth. Yes. Like my targets are mental targets also. So if I say, guys, like $6 area, that's a profit target. I'm going to take profits off in front of it. So like I'll take profits. If $6 is my profit target, I'm going to take profits at like $5.92. Okay, as an example. If I say, guys, $12 is my target, I'm going to take profits at like $11.75, $11.80. Like I'm going to take profits in front of my targets because profit targets are targets because they're resistance levels. That's what a profit target is. It's a potential resistance area. So I'm going to take profits off in front of those resistance areas. Okay. Carrie Franklin, you don't buy a keyboard that has hotkeys. It's your trading platform. It's just your trading platform. So whoever you use, whatever broker you use, if you're using E-Trade, Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab, Lightspeed, whatever broker you're using, just contact them and ask them to help you get set up with hotkeys. Some brokers call it hot buttons. Some brokers don't have the option at all. If that's the case, I recommend switching brokers. But it's not the keyboard itself, it's your broker, and you just program on your platform. You program your keyboard to take certain actions and commands when you strike certain keys. Okay. Does anybody have questions specifically about the Ttg triangle? Okay, not general questions about trading, specific questions about the Ttg triangle. If you have any questions specifically about this chart pattern, now's the time to ask. Yeah, Schwab should have it. Schwab should have hotkeys. Yeah. No, no questions. Think Potato says, Mike, do you have a bird? No, guys, that's Jason. Jason is sitting in his backyard enjoying nature, and the birds are chirping in his backyard. So that is Jason. The birds in Jason's backyard. I do not have a bird. Oh
These
man.
AirPods are great. No wonder Apple beat.
All right. So no. So all right. So good, guys. So no questions. What's the final confirmation step of the Ttd Triangle? Taco Fung says, what's the final confirmation step of the Ttd Triangle? The final confirmation step, it's the two things. It's a breakout of the downtrend resistance line with an increase in volume. So again, let me delete everything. Let me delete everything and I'll draw it back. Okay. So here's your Ttd Triangle setup. You ready? There's your previous high of the day. We broke through it. Heaviest volume of the day. Then we get downtrend resistance line. Okay, downtrend resistance line, decreasing volume. Previous high becomes support. Then you get breakout of the downtrend resistance line with an increase in volume. That is your confirmation. And then you get your follow through. Okay, then you get your follow through. All right. Does that make sense? Taco, does that make sense? Does that answer your question? I want to make sure this is clear, guys. I want to make sure you guys understand this setup because, like I told you, this is my favorite setup. Okay. People ask me all the time, Mike, what patterns do you trade? What's your favorite setups? This is it. I'm telling you guys right now what my favorite pattern is. I'm telling you guys right now what my favorite setup is. Okay. I'm telling you guys now. Okay, I'm telling you guys now, this is my favorite setup. So I want to make sure you guys understand this setup. I want to make sure this is very clear for you all. Okay. Now, if you guys want to get the entire course curriculum, okay, and you guys want to get the course, okay, if you guys want to get the course for the Ttd Triangle and the trade line VWAP crossover, it's all included for free with a year membership to TTG that we currently have at a 36% discount. Okay. What I just explained to you guys right now on this live stream with the Ttg Triangle, the trade line VWAP crossover, that is the tip of the iceberg of a very in-depth trading curriculum that's available for you guys on TTG. Okay. August 1st, that's 2 days away. In 2 days, we are raising our prices. Okay. In 2 days, we are raising our prices. Okay, so if you guys are interested in learning more about the Ttd Triangle, the Trade Line VWAP crossover, and getting the entire True Trading Group curriculum, which is the same information I learned working at a hedge fund in New York City, it's just a simplified version of that material. Okay, I went through a 3-month training program at this hedge fund. While at that hedge fund, I had to pass this educational program before trading with the fund's money. The education and the courses, the curriculum on the website is a simplified version of that material. Okay. So you guys can get access to the entire curriculum included for free with a membership for a 36% discount by using the coupon code TTG720. TTG720. Our regular price for a 1-year membership is $1,836. With that coupon code, it drops it to $1,165. That coupon code is only valid until midnight tomorrow. By the stroke of midnight tomorrow, that coupon code will expire. And as of Saturday morning, August 1st, our prices are going up. Okay? This is your guys' last chance to get a TTG membership and lock in the lower price point. As our community continues to grow and we continue to add new features, we've just added a real-time trade simulator. You guys can trade stocks and options with real-time level 1, real-time level 2 to practice trading and hone your skills and implement what you learn in the trading courses. We have a stock screener, so you guys can filter through what stocks you should be trading during the day and figure out which stocks are in play and where you should be focusing your attention. We've got a mobile app that you can download on your iPhone and Android. Okay, that will allow you to follow along with chat and what we're doing and trading in real time on your smartphone or on your tablet. You guys see my screen guys in chat. I share my screen with you. I'm on the microphone talking to you all day long. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. I'm walking you through my analysis every step of the way. You guys, TTG members can confirm this for you guys. TTG members in chat, when we hit KODK yesterday from 17.95 to 27, I called it out on the microphone. I walked traders through it every step of the way. I told you what I'm doing before I do it. TAOP today, same thing. I walked everybody through this trade setup. I told them what I'm doing before I did it. I said where I'm buying, where I'm selling before I actually did it. I'll do that live on the microphone every single day. Jason the Wolf, same thing. The Wolf is calling out option trades. He's on the microphone calling out what he's doing all the way from the entry to the stop loss to the take profits to ads. Okay, you name it. He's calling it out live on the microphone. Our TTG members can verify that and confirm that for you guys, that everything we do on the microphone live before we actually do it. This is not a trading community where it's like, okay, I enter a trade and then I tell all of you about it and then you all follow me. I tell you what I'm doing before I do it. There are many, 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 many times that TTG members enter trades before I do because I tell them where I'm a buyer. So when I tell you where I'm a buyer and the stock gets there, you can enter the trade even before I do. You get executed even before I do. Okay, that's how it works in True Trading Group. By using the mobile app, if you're busy, if you're not able to be in front of your computer, you're at work, you're at your kid's game, you're sitting in traffic, whatever it is that you're doing, you can follow along. You can see the screen share on your phone or tablet. You can hear the audio analysis, and most importantly, you get real-time push notifications when myself or any one of the moderators enters or exits a trade. You get a real-time push notification. Okay, you guys get a real-time push notification whenever we enter or exit a trade. You guys get access to our TTG forum, which is open 24/7. You can communicate with other members, other moderators. You guys can talk about different topics on our TTG forum. Okay. You guys get access to our premium blog that's updated daily by the other moderators and myself. You guys get access to all of this included with your membership. And on Saturday, not only are our prices going up, but we are also having our Trader Palooza virtual trading seminar. Okay. Trader Palooza is outright freaking awesome. Okay. Trader Palooza is awesome. I love Trader Palooza. Our members love Trader Palooza. Members right now, TGD members, how much do you guys love Trader Palooza? Tell me right now. Yes, Robert, yes. If you guys sign up today for $11.65 with that coupon code, you are locked in at that price. So let's say you pay $11.65 today, and next year our prices are $14.50, $1,500, $17.50, whatever the price of a membership is next year, you will still pay the $11.65 when your price renews. It's whatever price you pay, you are grandfathered in at that price. You will never be upsold. Everything is included with your membership. Every single course, every single resource, every single tool. There is no special package. Okay, there is no, if you sign up, but then you want the pro package, and then you want the VIP package, well, that's an extra $1,000, that's an extra $2,000. No, every single course is available, included in your membership. You get the beginner foundation stock trading course, you get the advanced stock trading course, beginner options, advanced options, trader psychology part 1 and part 2, how to thrive during a stock market crash, and our brand new tax course that we just had a CPA put together for us to help you guys in doing your taxes when it comes to trading. Okay. All of those courses are included in your membership for free. There's no upsell for any of those membership or any of those courses. In addition, if I come out with a brand new course next month, you automatically get access to that course. It's not, oh guys, new course, but that's $300. It's included in your membership. Okay. We're also working on a real-time charting software that can be similar to TC2000. When we have when that comes out live, that will be included in your membership for free. There's no upcharge to use any of these resources or tools. There's no upcharge to get any of the courses. Everything is included in that $1,165. So you are going to get the chat room, all the tools I just mentioned, a professional hedge fund education, because the courses is a simplified version of what I learned working at the hedge fund, and all of that for about the price of a cup of coffee a day. If you go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts every morning, that is the equivalent to you buying a membership to True Trading Group for the year and getting all the things that I just told you about. But our prices are going up on Saturday. Saturday is also the Trader Palooza event. Trader Palooza is a 12-hour long all-day workshop where myself and the other Ttg moderators cover 1-hour workshops about different topics. So members will log in and log out throughout the course of the day, okay, into the virtual conference, and they will attend whatever workshop they're interested in. So if you guys want to attend my workshop on risk management and position size, you can log in at, let's say, 10 a.m. and you can be there with me for 1 hour, and you can be with me on my workshop. Then let's say you want to learn about cannabis stocks, then you can join the Wolf at 2 p.m. and you can be there for his workshop. You want to learn about swing trading options, you can join Chris Toner at 4:30 for his workshop. He's one of our other Ttg moderators. Okay, you want to learn how to set up your charts and how to set up your indicators. You want to join Jason Simmons, another one of our moderators. You want to join him at maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon when he does his workshop. And you can log in and log out based on the workshops that you want to attend. All the members, you guys all have an itinerary of that workshop, and you guys will be able to, like I said, log in and log out based on the workshop that you want to attend. Okay, that Trader Palooza event, we are also going to be giving away, I told you guys on my stream yesterday, we're giving away 2 $3,000 MSI trading rigs. Okay, these are 2 very high powerful computers that you guys can use for trading. They are worth about $3,000 a piece. Well, guess what? I'm adding another one. Okay, we are adding another trading rig that's worth even more. This one's worth about $4,000. So now we are going to be giving away not 1, not 2, but 3 trading rigs that are worth a combined total of about $10,000. We're going to be raffling off to all of our THD members, but you guys have to be signed up and to be a member of True Trading Group by midnight Pacific time tonight to get access to the raffle. We were closing the raffle off yesterday, but we were supposed to give away 3, but my partner Adam gave away one of them on Tuesday to somebody, so then we only had 2. So we went out and we got another one. Okay, so now we're back to 3 because I wanted to give away 3 on Saturday. So we only had 2, but that's why I'm extending it again, because now we're giving away an extra item. We're giving away a 3rd computer. So you guys, if you sign up by midnight Pacific time tonight, your name is included in the raffle to potentially win one of those 3 badass trading rigs. These things are super high powered. You guys will never need another computer. These things are super high powered, and they'll never it's not going to crash. It's not going to buffer. It's not going to freeze. Like, I use an Asus laptop for my trading. Asus is a very high powered gaming computer. These trading rigs that we have are even better. Okay. So you guys are going to have better equipment than even I have on my trading. So sign up with the coupon code TTG720 tonight. Get access to Trader Palooza on Saturday. Lock in the lower price point before our prices go up, and make sure that your name is included in the raffle to potentially win one of those 3 trading rigs. Also, on Wednesday of next week, I am hosting my next private study mentor group session. Spots for my private study mentor group sessions are very limited. It's almost full already. I have not even opened the class up yet for registration amongst TTG members. But yesterday, I gave people the opportunity, if you signed up by midnight, yesterday, you reserved a seat in my private study mentor group session. I'm extending it to you guys tonight as well. Those classes fill up very, very quickly. As soon as I release it for open registration, the seats will fill up in a matter of minutes. So for those of you that sign up tonight by midnight Pacific time, you will get a guaranteed seat in my private study mentor group session. So to recap, you're going to get the TTG all-inclusive membership for a year. That's going to include all of the courses, all future courses, the trade simulator, the stock screener, the mobile app, the premium blog, our analyst report section, which compiles all the analyst reports and ratings, buy, hold, sell for any stock that you're interested in. The premium blog, I'm not sure if I said that or not already, the THD forum, okay, the Trader Palooza event. You're going to get your name entered in a raffle to win one of those 3 trading rigs, and you're going to reserve and guarantee your spot in my next private study mentor group session. You are getting all of that for $11.65, the price of a cup of coffee a day. This will be the very last chance you have to get all of these things I'm telling you at this price point, because on Saturday, our prices are going up. I'm telling you guys now, do not message me on Saturday or Sunday or Monday and ask me if you can still get the membership for $11.65 because our prices are going up on Saturday. The TTG 720 coupon code will expire at midnight tomorrow. Okay, so take advantage of this opportunity, lock in that lower price point, join the TGD family full time, join me and Wolf in chat, trade with us live, join us for Trader Palooza, join me for my private study mentor group session, and get your ass a chance to win a badass trading rig. Okay, take advantage of this opportunity, guys. Take advantage of this opportunity. I cannot stress it enough. We are consistently raising our prices. I told you guys in June that we were raising our prices in July. We raised our prices in July by like $100. We're raising our prices again more going into August. Okay, so we are raising our prices again as we continue. You guys understand when we add new features, like when we add new features, as we we're constantly adding new features, and these features cost money. Okay, so like to have real-time level 1 and real-time level 2 on a trade simulator, to have the analyst reports that get compiled based on analyst ratings that are out there, to compile all of that data, to have the stock screener, okay, to operate the blog, to put out the real-time charting software. All of these things cost us money per user, and that's why we have to keep raising our prices as we keep offering all of these new features. But if you guys get signed up now, you are locked in at that price point. So as we come out with new features and new tools and new resources, you can use all of these features. Like a couple months ago, you could have got a membership for $1,000. For $1,000, you could have got a membership. And now, fast forward a couple months, the membership's $11.65. But now we have a trade simulator, a stock screener, a forum, real-time level 1, real-time level 2, and you guys get a mobile app, and you get to use all of those features, even though members that are signing up today are paying $165 more for that membership than you did. Now I'm telling you guys, in August, we're raising our prices again. So whatever new features we come out with going forward, you will be able to use all of those new features, but members that sign up 1 month, 2 months, 3 months from now are going to be paying a higher price. Because as we come out with new features and new tools and new resources, it costs us money to implement these things. So we have to raise our prices. So lock in your prices, lock in your membership now. Okay, use the coupon code TTG720, get everything that I just explained to you guys, and join us on Saturday for Trader Palooza. Okay. Yes, Rude Ranch, you can definitely look. Yes, we give away trade tips. All of our moderators give out all their trades. All of our moderators, you guys see what we're doing. You hear what we're doing. You get the real-time alerts when we enter and exit trades. All day long, we're sending out trade alerts that people could follow. Yes, NC 600, I am working on that. NC 600, I am working on that. Okay. Anybody have any questions about TTG or about a membership? Anybody have any questions? Nice, Graham. Hell yeah, Graham. Graham just said, guys, if you were on the fence, take it from me. I joined 2 days ago. It's the best decision I've made for my education. I've paid more for other courses in e-commerce that aren't even half the value. Hell yeah, Graham. Yes, guys. And last thing, guys, tomorrow, Friday, I'm opening the chat room up for free tomorrow. Okay, I'm opening the chat room for free tomorrow. Okay, usually TTG Tuesdays, I open the chat room free for people to come in and to check us out and to experience what it's like to be a member of True Trading Group. Okay, so, but tomorrow I'm doing this for a special little event because Saturday's Trader Palooza and Saturday our prices are going up. So I'm giving you guys an opportunity to come into the chat room with me tomorrow live and trade with me. Okay. All you have to do is fill out the form and register that we're going to post a link here in chat. Okay. Fill out that form and register to get access to the chat room tomorrow. But if you guys wait till tomorrow to sign up, you will not get access to my private study mentor group, and you will not get included in the raffle to win one of the three $10,000 total value trading rigs that we're raffling off on Saturday. You will not be included in that. You will not be included in the private study mentor group, and you will not be included in the raffle to win one of those trading computers. Okay. So if you guys want to get access to the private study mentor group session, you want to get a chance to win one of three trading rigs, sign up tonight with that coupon code. Otherwise, you guys can join us tomorrow for free in chat. No, I can't. Rochelle, I cannot guarantee you a laptop if you sign up. I can guarantee you that your name will be included in the raffle, but I can't guarantee that you're going to win. You're automatically entered into the raffle if you sign up tonight, but I can't guarantee that you're going to win. You're going to win the trading rig. Isaac Signs, Mike, any tips to a young investor starting a long-term portfolio? I'm 19 years old. Yeah, Isaac. My advice to you is invest in what you use. So if you're starting out as a 19-year-old, my advice to you would be invest in what you use. So figure out what are the products, what are the services that you cannot live without, that is part of your everyday life, and buy stock in those companies. That is my best advice to you. If you go to Starbucks every day, buy Starbucks. If you go to McDonald's every day, buy McDonald's. If you use an iPhone and iPods and an Apple Watch and a MacBook every day, buy Apple stock. If you buy things off of Amazon every day, buy Amazon stock. If you tweet every day, buy Twitter stock. If you're on Facebook every day, buy Facebook. You have a bunch of Nike sneakers, buy Nike. Okay. Does your mother or your sister, do they have a bunch of Lululemon pants? Buy Lululemon. Okay. My advice to you is to invest in what you know and invest in what you use every single day. And what brands and what companies have become a major integral part of your life. That would be my advice to you as a 19-year-old getting started investing. My other advice to you is any companies that you buy that issue a dividend, do not take the dividend out as a check, reinvest it back into the stock. So if you have a company that, let's say you put $1,000 into a stock that earns you a 5% dividend. Okay. So that means every year you're going to get a dividend check. Okay. You're going to make 5% on your money every year just for owning that stock. Don't take that money, reinvest it back into the stock. So let's say if you get a $50 dividend. Okay. So if you have $1,000 of the stock, you get a $50 dividend. Set your account so that the dividend automatically reinvests. So when you get $50, instead of you getting a check in the mail, you're going to take that $50 and you're going to buy back more stock. So now instead of you having $1,000 invested, you have $1,050 invested. Then that company pays you a 5% dividend again. But this time it's not 5% of 1,000, it's 5% of 1,050. So then you take that dividend and you reinvest it back into the company. Okay, so now instead of having $1,000 and $1,050 in the company, now you have $1,125 invested in the company. Company pays you a 5% dividend again, and so on and so on and so on. And by the time you are 50 years old, you, my friend, will be sitting on one hell of a nest egg. That's my advice to you as a 19. Okay. All right, guys. Now, next, you don't have to do anything. Robert Herzog says, I signed up a few days ago. Am I in the raffle? Yes. Every single TTG member that is a member as of midnight tonight Pacific time is included in the raffle. So anyone that signs up by midnight tonight Pacific or prior, so if you signed up yesterday, last week, last month, last year, you are included in the raffle. But if you sign up tomorrow at 9 a.m., you will not be included in the raffle. It's only for people that sign up by midnight Pacific time tonight that are included in the raffle. All right? Now, let's talk about some of these stocks. Okay? Let's talk about the tech stocks. Now, what I want to do now is I'm going to turn things over to the man, the myth, the legend, the Wolf, and I'm going to let him talk to you guys a little bit about some of these earnings on some of these large cap names: Apple, Amazon, Facebook specifically. Apple all-time high, Facebook all-time high, Amazon not quite all-time high, but damn near close. It's about $160 away from an all-time high, so pretty close. And I'll let him kind of talk to you guys. Just let him give you his thoughts on the earnings that came out today. It was very exciting. Everybody was watching to see what these companies did earnings-wise, and I'll let him just kind of break down the action for you and tell you what his thoughts are going forward as far as from an option perspective.
Oh, well, thank you for that intro. Look, look, the earnings were crazy, all right? It's made me have to rethink strategy because, I think maybe we got some signs yesterday. Qualcomm beat, a couple other companies beat.
AMD
started ripping.
AMD, Starbucks. So, we were looking at Microsoft, or I was looking at Microsoft as a canary, canary in the coal mine. Because Microsoft beat, and it had a top and bottom beat. And I look at it now, like they beat by like 1.5 billion, but Facebook beat was off the charts. Everything that people were worried about with Facebook, like people canceling ads, nah, dog. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it really doesn't.
Because what we're seeing, and look, the ad spend, like those advertisers, like 7% of what they make, and they've got, I think they own something like 72 companies that are in like that Facebook pipeline, like the pie chart. But the beats from Facebook were crazy. Amazon, we knew were going to be crazy. Apple was just shocking how much cash they have on hand.
It's insane.
They can pretty much just give everybody in the world AirPods. So, my expectation was, look, coronavirus is getting worse. It's not getting better. There was a lot. You almost have to be. You have to, especially with options, right? I usually trade within like a channel with all these stocks. I haven't, and for the people that are in TTG, they'll see I haven't traded Apple in a while. I haven't traded Amazon. I haven't traded Facebook. Google. Google was the only one that it was the first time they ever missed on revenue. Ever. So I think you're going to see a lot of FOMO going into this. Now, the only thing that I was thinking, okay, well, maybe the thing that we could get to cool it down is a stimulus package not being passed. Well, guess what? It's not getting passed, and futures are up a half a point.
Yeah, tomorrow. That's a good point, guys. Tomorrow the unemployment benefits expire, and if we don't have a stimulus package, I have to assume that we see things pull back.
But the thing is, coronavirus is making tech like the vice stock.
Yeah.
Because the worse things get, the more we're just dependent on these companies. The more we're dependent on Amazon. The more we're reading about conspiracy theories on Facebook. and the more that happens, the more their revenues go up. And it's just this cycle. And, people thought, okay, well, maybe they're not going to do well, just because consumer spending. It was just it just blew my mind. And I'm sure it blew a lot of your minds. I wasn't thinking Apple would go to $400. I mean, I sure as hell didn't think they would do a 4-to-1 forward split.
That surprised a lot of people.
And now you can't really be bearish on Apple. You can't. How can you? They're just crushing. You can't be bearish on Facebook. They're just crushing. Now, does that mean, hey, get FOMO? Well, look, a lot of people are going to get FOMO, and you know what? I'm sure they're going to be rewarded doing all the things that you shouldn't do. But that's the market that we're in right now. We have to take our bias, say, okay, this thing's trading at like a 28 multiple or whatever, and just throw it out the window. Now, is there going to be some kind of rotation? Yeah, I think probably you'll see a rotation back into tech.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at Roku, and I was looking at the options today, and you guys know I love trading Roku. And I was like, I want to get next week's 150 calls, and the stock was like at 150. And I look at the calls, and I'm like, $10. I'm like, what? What is this about? And now I'm like, I should have bought Roku for $10 a contract. Because now I'm thinking, Roku is definitely going to beat. And, if it's following the pattern of all these, companies that are benefiting from coronavirus. I mean, we've already seen it with Twilio, Zoom, and a couple of the other tech companies. Now I look at Microsoft and I'm like, yeah, it sold off because it only made $1.5 billion more than the estimate. Like the estimates today were blowouts. Just blowouts. Like everybody was shocked. And honestly, tomorrow I think is going to be a really fun day because we're going to get to see in real time, the traders that have bias and the traders that have FOMO. And these things are going to whip around and just stair step up, unless, I don't even know if there's an unless, I thought maybe with the stimulus bill not getting passed and the Senate just basically checking out till next week, I saw that alert and I was like, oh, let me take a look at futures. No. Futures don't care right now. Honey Badger don't care.
Honey Badger don't take no shit.
NASDAQ is up 1.2%. So now you know QQQ is probably going to 270. It wouldn't shock me if QQQ went to 270 tomorrow, market. Except now, on high volume, we had all these traders and funds and family offices just sitting on the sidelines this week, waiting for this very moment. And, you know, we've even said, like, hey, this earnings with Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple is going to set the tone for like the next 45 days. It's going to set the tone into the election, you know? And now I think that we have to start thinking, you know, I thought it was going to be just choppy. I thought maybe, okay, everybody just says, all right, there's not much to look forward to, you know, until we get a vaccine, until we get anything. And that was on the assumption that these companies would follow suit like Microsoft. Microsoft beat, and then it just started dropping. It was like 209, 210, 202. So, you know, now we have to start looking at trades where some of these companies are going to be tethered to the broader market moves, you know. And we trade a lot of these things in TTG. You know, we'll trade steel, we'll trade pot stocks that pull with like the SPY. The SPY's good. I mean, the SPY hit 327. That's like, what is that? That's pre-coronavirus. That's like coronavirus never happened, basically.
Let me see. That's. I mean, yeah, 327. We were 327. You know, that was a new all-time high in January.
Yeah, and 339 is and then 339 is the all-time high.
339 is the all-time high.
We're $14 away. We're one or two good earnings away from an all-time high.
So insane.
You know, it's like, why does the Fed even have to step in at this point? And that is also something that we have to consider. You know? But, you know, one of the things about, you guys know that I'm short real estate right now. I mean, this just makes me even more short real estate because all of these companies are doing all of this with mostly remote working. So the CFOs are just kind of like, look at these numbers we're putting up. How much overhead can we cut by just making this a more remote company? So you're going to have real estate affected. You're going to have some of those services affected. But tech is just going to be crazy. You know, I do think that this could change the landscape of small caps. Because you're seeing these companies are just making like stupid earnings, and it's a safer trade. It really is. It's a much safer bet. You know, when by the time Apple forward splits, you know, let's say it forward splits it, and you know we get $100 stock, it's going to go to 125, just because all of the traders have been psychologically programmed to look at a $370 stock, $350 stock the last couple of months. And they're going to buy it up to 125. When they buy it up to 125, they're basically saying, hey, Apple's a $500 stock. Now, what happens if Bezos finally does a forward split, or Musk does a forward split? Where are people going to flock? You know? Then it's like everybody's really looking towards the future. And I think that these numbers at a time of crisis are making people reconsider some of this. Yeah, look, are the prices high? Yeah, they're really high, you know? But the paradigm, you know, after these numbers, like the paradigm shifts, you know? And it's like the tech companies are like Wakanda. And everything else, the old way of trading, old way of doing business is going to have to change because it's going to have to adapt to it, which is, yeah, it's going to leave a lot of holes. And I know this is maybe a more philosophical viewpoint on all this, but it makes for a really tough trade outside of tech. Like, I'm all ears. At this point, what can make the market pull back? Yeah, okay, we get it. We get a new president that gets rid of corporate tax cuts. You know, people are going to buy the dip. Options are going to be crazy. And I think that tomorrow, if you are going to trade these, and honestly, I'm probably going to trade them. Who am I kidding? You're going to want to be in and out, kind of like Mike on TAOP, but you're going to want to have a call bias, because I think the put trade tomorrow is just going to be too tough. You know, so tomorrow you're going to have to fight your bias as much as possible. Just fight it. You know, we tried a SPY trade today. It made sense.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't make sense. And then you just saw, like...
It made sense until it didn't.
Yeah. So,
it made sense until it didn't.
You know, like, I got out of a trade today just because I only had another week on it, and it was U.S. Steel. So I took a small loss on it. I took some profit on it, and I reloaded. And, you know, now I'm like, shit, I should have just kept it. I'll probably get back into a steel trade for a couple of reasons. But if everybody in TTG remembers March and April, the steel trade, you know, U.S. Steel announced a dividend of 1%, which they basically do it every time they have a bad quarter. And everybody buys the stock up. So I'm going to put one of those trades on tomorrow, and I'm probably going to put that trade on heavy. And probably go a month out and like $1 higher, because I remember what happened before. So there's your freebie for me. But, you know, I'd like to get puts on Kodak, which I know is probably unpopular, especially because it probably gave you guys a bunch of money. But, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of questions there. But yeah, I mean, I think that the stock that I probably focus on tomorrow will probably be Apple. You know, I'm not really going to trade Google. I'm not going to trade Amazon. I mean, I think you have to stick with Apple because of the ranges that it gives you, you know, all day. And guys, if you have small accounts and you just want to play, you know, tomorrow's one of those days where you could buy one option, make a couple $100. Don't get greedy. Just take it. Because, you know, at the same time, I'm like, who knows? maybe what we got today is just kind of FOMO, and everybody just backed off, and they're like, just let them push it higher, and then we'll just start bleeding it out. So, tomorrow's going to be very interesting. I thought that it was a great idea to make tomorrow like TCG Tuesday, to just open it up, because it really is such an important day. And I think that you guys would really be missing out if you're not in there tomorrow and just kind of seeing the action. Now, we've got a couple trades on, and already I think you're going to see pot stocks get pulled north a little bit. You're going to see the big board ones. So you're going to see Canopy, Tilray, Kronos. I'm going to be looking at a Roku trade tomorrow. And I'm going to probably play weeklies, which I hate doing. But, if Roku gives you 150 tomorrow, buy 150, 250s, be in and out. Make 50%. So yeah, guys, it's a crazy world, and if you do have to fight that bias and you want to short an index, you've got to go after small caps. That'll be the one that I go after, index wise, because let me tell you, everything. So Dow, 0.5 point, S&P, 0.5 point, Nasdaq, 1.2%, small caps, 0.01 green. The small caps, and when I said it, when I got on here, they were a little higher. Small caps just showing you that nobody gives a shit. And that trade, I think that trade's probably done for a little while. So expect some pressure on small caps tomorrow. Hopefully, if you were playing the TAOP or KMDI, whatever that thing is, or Kodak, you took your profits. Or if you didn't, I'd be waking up at like 6 in the morning and just crashing bids. So, but yeah, Mike, what do you think?
I'm looking for I'm still looking for signs that small caps are going to give us a little bit more of some follow through, because of what we saw in KODK, what we saw in KNDI. We had a slower day today in small caps than we did yesterday, obviously because of KODK, but you still had this TAOP where we had some squeeze and some follow through. I'm thinking that we may get some decent action in small caps. I don't expect June again. I don't expect June again for a while, but I think that we could, I think that there's really good opportunity in small caps right now. Like that TAOP trade, it showed it today, how much follow through that we got. That stock went from $3 to $15, guys. That's just a phenomenal move from 3 to 15. It's like about a 500% move intraday, which is just nuts. And that's not including the gap up.
I'm going to stop you for just a second and let me put a caveat in there. I'm not saying that small caps are just going to die. I'm saying that the frequency of having multiple small cap runners is going to, it's going to be a lower target environment, I think, if everybody is just crashing tech, in which case we're fine because we're picking the best setups. So, I don't know. And it could just be a day. And we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But I just think that for tomorrow, all eyes are going to be on tech. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, everyone's obviously, all-time highs Apple, all-time highs Facebook. people are going to look to see if you maybe get Amazon that pushes up there as well. NASDAQ is going to be pushing. I mean, you're going to have just tech in general, NASDAQ in general are going to be extending, and all eyes will be on tech. So I'm still going to be looking at small caps though, guys. I still will keep eyes on small caps. I will be looking at, my focus tomorrow is going to be mainly, honestly, Apple and Facebook are going to be the go-tos that I look for as far as tech, and then I'm going to be looking at small caps. I'm going to see what small caps are. I'm going to be looking at what small caps are popping off here early in the morning, and I'm going to look for the same setups. I'm going to look for the Ttg Triangle. I'm going to look for the trade line BR crossover. I'm going to look for all of these same setups, and I went over with you guys on this live stream. Because those are the setups that are going to give us the follow through. I'm going to look for the volume. All the things we talked about in this live stream is what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions? If not, I'm going to jump and go, and we're going to wrap up this live stream. You guys have been awesome. Okay, I will just remind you guys for the last time that this is literally, guys, this is it. Okay, this is it. If you have not joined True Trading Group by now, and you're on the live stream, you're following the YouTube channel, I'm telling you guys now, if you think you're like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to wait until they have like a big sale. I'm telling you guys right now that our prices are going up. Sale or no sale, Labor Day weekend, Thanksgiving, whatever holidays are coming up, $11.65, the price that you can pay right now is as good as it gets. That's with the coupon code TTG720. On Saturday, our prices are going up, and you're never going to be able to lock in that price point again. Remember, that price you will keep that price. You are grandfathered in at that price when it comes time for your membership to renew. So if our prices are $1,700 by next year, you will still pay the same $11.65 that you pay today. Okay, so we have members that joined for $1,000 that they pay $1,000 now when their memberships renew. You pay $11.65 today. That's what you're going to pay when the membership renews, regardless what the price of the membership is at the time that your renewal is up. Okay, you guys get access to the entire Ttd curriculum, all of the courses included for free, no upsells ever. Everything is included, guys. Whenever I come out with a brand new course, whenever we add a new resource or a new tool, that's included. There's no upcharge for that either. Sign up tonight before midnight Pacific time with that coupon code. You're going to get not only the 36% discount, you're going to get included in the raffle to win one of 3 badass trading rigs, total combined value of $10,000. $10,000 of trading equipment we are giving away on Saturday. Sign up tonight, enter your name in that raffle. Join us for Trader Palooza on Saturday, which is that 12-hour all day long virtual trading workshop. And then, of course, do not forget, sign up by midnight tonight and you get a guaranteed seat in my next private study mentor group session. You guys have been great. If you have not done so yet, smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you guys get notified every time I go live, every time I post a lesson, a video with technical or mental lessons. For those of you that just joined the TTG family, we've got a bunch of new members that just joined while I've been doing this live stream. Congrats. Welcome to the family. I can't wait to see you guys all in chat tomorrow. For those of you that have still not pulled the trigger, good luck tomorrow. I hope you guys nail it. I know I'm going to be focusing on some small caps. The Wolf is going to be focusing on big cap tech. And we're going to look to rip some money out of the markets tomorrow and then go into the weekend on a high note because we got Trader Palooza on Saturday and I'm super stoked. I will see you guys there. Use that coupon code TTG720. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.